Amy Slaton defied the odds to lose 100 pounds on 1,000-pound sisters.
And this is despite the fact that she had tried to diet before and failed.
We've been on countless diets before. We tried walking, we've tried pills, we've tried sex.
Her regular diet was horrible to start with.
All right, and then what are you drinking during the day?
Sodies.
Sodies. Do you drink water during the day? No water at all? Okay.
And her knowledge of nutrition was lacking.
I'll get a hit of lettuce.
I think that's cabbage.
It probably is.
The odds were truly stacked against her. So why did Amy succeed when so many people do not? In this video, we'll be discussing Amy Slaton's story of success and some of the key elements that made her situation so uniquely motivating.
Motivation, the drive that initiates and maintains goal-oriented behaviors.
Every successful weight loss story begins with a good reason to succeed. Being on a TV show is motivating in itself, but we know that this is not enough to make people change. From the moment we meet Amy, she is very clear on what it means to her to get this weight loss surgery and lose the weight.
I'm hoping if I lose this weight, my dreams will come true and I'll have a baby. At least one.
She sees her weight and her health as the only hurdle standing between her and her dream of starting a family with her husband. And it's urgent that she takes care of this situation now because the window of opportunity is closing for her to have a child. Amy's on a big TV show where she's meant to get this surgery. She's not getting any younger, and when she sees her weight on the scale at the junkyard, she feels like she's going the wrong way fast.
I'm worried if I don't get the surgery, there's a good possibility I'll never become a mother. And it breaks my heart because I really do try to take care of everybody, and I just want this one thing for myself.
This brings us to the concept of framing. Framing refers to the way we conceptualize events in our mind and the value we assign a situation. Amy perceives the situation as her do or die moment. She believes that if she does not do everything it takes to get this surgery now, her dream dies.
This may or may not be true, but framing it this way adds urgency, clarity, and weight to her actions, and increases her level of commitment to her goal. Amy could have chosen to see this situation as a threat, as a chance to embarrass herself on TV in front of thousands of people. But instead, she saw it as a challenge, as a big opportunity to change her life. And as a result, she did just that.
I always wanted to be a mom. Being as big as I am, it's hard to conceive. I feel like I'm incomplete as a woman because I can't have a kid.
Amy just told us that she feels incomplete because she can't have a child. That tells us something critical about what she values as a person. Her biggest goal and her lifelong dream is to have a baby. That's the thing that she wants more than anything else in this world. We can deduce from this and from some of her actions throughout the show that family is a core value of Amy's, and probably her primary core value.
We see evidence of this in the importance she places on being a married woman, and largely in how she cares for Tammy. She does all of her caretaking and literally watches her sleep on a baby monitor to make sure she's okay. Family is critically important to Amy.
That means that Amy's goal of having a baby is kind of like an extension of her identity, or a completion of her identity in a way. And that shifts her goal from a nice to have or a want to a need.
This is called internalization, and is probably the most important motivational factor in achieving anything. The more integrated a task becomes into our sense of self, the more likely we are to achieve it.
If Amy wanted to get gastric bypass surgery to fit into a bikini for summer, she wouldn't have really had the same kind of determination to succeed, because this goal has nothing to do with who she believes she can and should be. But because Amy's goal exists on the other side of the gap between who she is now and who she believes, and the version of herself she believes would complete her, to use her words, This makes it very motivating. It makes it a huge source of drive for her. That's why to achieve anything, we need to dig deep to find our real reason for wanting to do it. The reason that bridges this gap will give us the personal strength that we need to fight and keep fighting until we get there. Next, I can't talk about Amy's motivation to succeed without mentioning Tammy. Amy is motivated by Tammy in two very different ways.
First off, as we've already discussed, Amy's core value is family, and her and Tammy have a particularly tight bond.
Bottom of it.
Her love for Tammy and the value she places on family results in a sense of responsibility.
Not only does this have Amy worrying about her involvement in Tammy's obesity to begin with,
Like when we were kids, I put my food on her plate. Did that make her fat? Like, did I make my sister fat?
So you have guilt from years ago about that? Wow.
but Amy also worries that if she can't succeed on her own weight loss journey, then her sister has no shot and will probably die from her obesity very soon. Tammy needs Amy if she has any shot of success, and Amy knows this and accepts full responsibility for it, which is a lot of weight to carry for Amy, but it is also very motivating. When your goal carries weight beyond yourself, when it also invokes a sense of responsibility towards someone that you love, it's suddenly much more powerful and much more motivating. The other way that Tammy motivates her sister is slightly less sweet.
Every day I look at Tammy and I'm like, if I don't change now, I could possibly be her size.
Amy has a front row seat to my 600-pound life living with Tammy. Tammy hasn't left the house in 6 years. She needs assistance to walk. Tammy can't walk down 3 singular stairs to get to the pool. And everything hurts on her body every single day. Amy isn't quite there yet, but having to be weighed at a junkyard was a hard moment for her.
Being 400 pounds makes me feel obese, like Tammy, just like I was afraid I would.
Amy does not need to imagine what her life will look like if she does not change now, because she has a real life example living with her. Which brings us to the concept of salience. Salience refers to our goal's ability to stay top of mind and hold our attention. In Amy's case, Tammy acts as aversive salience. In other words, a prompt in her environment that continually reminds her what her life will look like if she does not change her ways. Anytime she's having a moment of weakness, all she has to do is look over at her sister to be reminded of what is on the line here. Most of us don't have a Tammy. But we can write out our goals or keep something on the fridge, keep some sort of physical reminder in our environment that keeps our goal top of mind. Finally, Amy actually enjoys the process.
I'm really, really nervous. I'm mostly worried about my back and feet hurting, but it's time to sweat. Let's go!
Enjoyment is an important element of motivation because the more we enjoy doing something, the less we need to be motivated to do it. We are said to be intrinsically motivated if we engage in something for no other reason than the pleasure of doing it. In contrast, we're extrinsically motivated if we're doing something to obtain or avoid some sort of outcome.
Let's take the example of exercise. If we go to the gym every day because we like working out, we like to challenge ourselves, we like the feeling of endorphins afterwards, we're intrinsically motivated to exercise. In contrast, if we go to the gym because we want a better body or we want to be healthier, then we're extrinsically motivated. I wouldn't say that Amy is fully intrinsically motivated to work out and eat healthy just yet, but she is feeling a sense of pride and taking note of how good she feels when she engages in healthy behaviors.
Most of the time when I go to the grocery store, I'm kind of embarrassed about what I usually get.
Find everything okay?
Yes, ma'am. But this time, I think I'm doing right. I hope they look at my cart.
And over time, if she continues at it, then it could snowball into full-blown intrinsic motivation. This is why you hear people say it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle, because no one can engage in anything that they hate forever. You must actually like the food that you're eating and the exercise you're engaging in to stick with them long enough to actually get healthy. In the end, Amy was so committed to her dream of starting a family that not only did she slim down in time to fit into her wedding dress,
I'm relieved that the dress actually fit. Today's my wedding. Yes.
but she also went on to achieve her goal of having weight loss surgery.
We're gonna do your surgery, Amy.
Thank you so much. I'm just so happy. This is a miracle. It really is.
Ultimately, Amy lost 100 pounds on the show and even more to this day. Not all of us are going to be presented with situations quite as motivating as Amy's, but using these principles to select better goals and clarify what you're really hoping to achieve go a long way to boost a goal's motivational power in giving you that drive to accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Her story is just so sweet. And I think we can learn just as much from the success stories as we can the not so successful ones. Also, I want to clarify that I don't want to take anything away from Amy's success here. All the hard work she put in and the effort are what made her dreams come true. The motivational aspect simply provides a strong foundation from which she can take action, if that makes sense. Let me know what you guys thought of this type of video. I'm still kind of trying to figure out like what my style is and what types of videos to make. So yeah, let me know what you thought. Within the next 2 weeks, I'll have a video on the attitude differences between Amy and Tammy. Success versus failure mindset kind of thing. I know you guys want a video on foodie beauty, so I'm working on that too. But obviously I'm super slow, so it'll take a while. Also, personal note for anyone who has watched this far, thank you guys so much for your subscriptions and your comments. Prior to the last video, the only person who had watched my videos was basically my boyfriend, so this has been so crazy. So thank you guys so much. I've been loving reading all your comments and it's just been so fun. So thank you, and I'm so glad you're enjoying this type of content.